Hi guys. I'm not ready, but I didn't want to be late. So I'm here. Rita, I should probably call you. I had to pick up Jordan later, so what else is new, right? And we got some stuff that we need to talk about. So me and I'm gonna get my shit together. I have to call my moderator.
Your call has been forwarded to an audit.
She'll yell at me if I don't. I never give you guys any time, to prepare for this, because I never know when I'm going to get information, and I never know when I'm going to have time or whatever's going on. I had to pick up my grandson, so kind of last minute things. So I don't have time to finish my flea market stuff, but there's some shit hitting the peripheral fan going on out there. I have had time for a lot more uh, videoing, so I've been posting a lot more anyway. Um, it's a lot of fun. They're fun to watch this year. I'm telling you, it's a blast. If you couldn't see him before, you can pretty much see him now. So, um, I've been going live. I'm trying to go live more frequently as I'm filming. That's what I've been doing, but this is a live chat, so it's a little different. Um, I usually work until like 3 in the morning, at least, and my sleep schedule is a little off. It's like let's say 3:30 till like 10:30. You know, are, are my normal hours, or it used to be my normal hours. So, hi, hon. This I don't know how slow this is going to be because I didn't have time to again um, put the word out. I usually don't, but this is a live chat, and I do have to do that now. I go live a lot in the field. That's what I used to do, and I'm starting to do that again as well. But hello, I hope I didn't interrupt you with anything important. If I did, tell him I'm sorry. I know he gets up at 6 or 3, is it? My husband used to get up at 3:30. So I knows all about it. I'm getting my shit together like I always do. Um, Ashtray. Frank Wig. Oh. Ashtray. Ow, I stuck my toe. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ooh. Yeah, hot shot. Oh, that sounds good. I had well, it's frozen coffee, but with, extra caramel and whipped cream and stuff. I'm kind of addicted to that this year instead of the milkshakes, which during the pandemic, I mean, easily, and I'm sure everyone else did too. The average was about 20 pounds, but I gained it all like in 2 months from the milkshake. Every day I had to have a milkshake every freaking day. And you can't have a milkshake without a soft pretzel from the Wawa. I don't know if you guys have Wawas down in Florida, but oh, man. So the frozen coffee is the same satisfaction, but without the calories. You know what I mean? There's no milk products and there's no, whatever. So you shave off about 600 calories a day from that. So it's working a little bit. I'm getting oh, I'm getting my knee done. I found out. I don't know if I told you. Um, September 10th, Sonic Shake. Whoa, yeah. I never had a Sonic Shake. We don't have Sonics. Yeah, it's cool because um, I was concerned about the weight, and like the difference. I wanted to be the same weight as I was when I got the first one done. And she said, "You're actually 5 pounds lighter than you were when you get your first one done." I'm like, "Oh, but you know what? Muscle weighs more than, you know, the different kind of, whatever." But as soon as that gets done, be running around the woods, right? Like a psycho person, me, getting my muscle mass back because I feel I'm going to need it. I don't feel my age. I don't know about you. Not even close. Me with ice cream. Oh, Joe used to take me to this hamburger places down there. Not Sonic. He loved it was burgers and shakes, burgers and shakes. Something. Donna wouldn't go. um, Not mentally, physically. Yeah, big time. But it's getting better. I do believe that the I don't want to call it fake because there's nothing fake about post traumatic stress or anything like that. Um, the ones that we can fix ourselves, you know, in faster than we could say, we're not there yet, but that's getting better. My mental state seems to be getting a little bit better. You know what I mean? Oh, so do I. But when your knee, here's the thing. You know how they say, do you want me to bang your other foot? So that one doesn't hurt. Well, before I got my knee done, um, they both hurt. I couldn't walk at all, and I got the one knee done, and then the other one stopped hurting for up until just a little while ago. I mean, that doesn't make sense. But then it started with the sciatica and all that crap from my leg being longer, and I have a broken back and I have all that. So when my knee gets better, am I going to feel all that horrible pain that I cried for a year and a half, like a year? I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. which is caused, as we know now, from post-traumatic stress and all the stuff that we now know that we should be able to get rid of ourselves, or at least we're aspiring to, or I am. And like I said, I always thought they would do it for me. Hi, Cody. Is it everyone's? I'm telling you, the arthritis and the back and the knees with everyone. It's not just you. What do you do for a living? So do I. Getting out of bed? Oh, hell no. That's just downright scary. And I can't stand still either. You can't, if standing still is the worst because then the sciatica hits and it's, oh my God. I don't have that I know of arthritis in my neck. Now, my mom did. My son broke my back giving birth. But I was a professional gymnast, so I already had a, fracture from when I was like probably 4 or 5 when your bones are still rubbery. So, and I had all back labor. So, shits and giggles, he figures he'd throw my vertebrae out at the same time. Cody, how old are you? Yeah. I mean, I worked, I mean, I've never not, I was going to the Olympics. So you figured I worked my ass off every day since I was 3, you know? But it was when you stop, and then decide to have a baby, like an idiot. Sorry, Jordan. That's my grandson. You wouldn't be here. Um, but on a farm, yeah, that's different. But I mean, I was just dismount, 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 pound, pound, dismount, dismount, dismount every day. And if I wasn't doing that, I was in the um, jazz, tap, ballet. I mean, and not there, I was in the woods. It's backwards. It sucks is that I can't crack my back. I mean, my back's been cracked every day, like my whole life that I knew of. And then now I can't bend backwards. Therefore, I'm always slipping around like a rag doll. I have to do the opposite. But that was a long time ago. I've been dealing with this pain forever. I can handle the back pain. I can handle all the shit that I put on myself. What I cannot handle is the fibromyalgia, is the bullshit that causes pain where it's not supposed to hurt. I don't understand how the arch in your neck is backwards. That's so weird. Can't crack shit anymore. Well, I'm not allowed to go backwards because I have scoliosis. I have every osis that there is. Scoliosis. That's the newest. That was the newest one. The genetic one, whatever that is. Everything. This was before I broke my back. I mean, before the vertebrae got popped out. But my mom started with neck problems. I never had neck problems. But I'm saying, how old are you, Cody? I mean, who's diagnosing you and taking care of you? I can't see your thumbnail, so 41. Well, yeah, that's yeah. I mean, God, I'm trying to think of when my when it got bad, where I couldn't work. Um, not long after that, really. It's been a long time, since I've been on, what do you call it? Um, like disability and whatever, and doing my own, whatever I can do. I had to move because, um, being abused does not help. You know what I mean? At the same time, so I had to change my whole lifestyle and all that. Do you take the two Tylenol and the two Advil together? Very important. It works just like a painkiller. And it was when the Advil first came out. Do you remember that? Yeah. And you know what else is good? I'm gonna take one right now. Celebrex. Doesn't get any better than Celebrex. Do you remember the Vioxx Celebrex wars? You know what I mean? This is the best anti-inflammatory, but I'm not hurting today. I'm not inflamed. My back hasn't hurt. Oh, you know what it does hurt? Oh my God, I keep forgetting this because I'm asleep. I roll around in like screaming pain. Does weed help you? It makes everything horribly worse. I mean, it just amplifies everything. Any kind of pain I have, I'm gonna feel it like 5 times more. It helps my brother. Does not help me. I'm allergic to it. But when I got my knee replaced, yeah, I think that's what I'm going through. I caught myself last night screaming in the middle of the night. Like rolling over, because I was arching my back the wrong way, or something. But basically, if I'm moving, if I don't have sciatica that day, I'm having a good day. Hopefully, getting my other knee fixed will fix that, because there's no other pain like that. There just isn't. You can't do a goddamn thing. Why not, Rita? Oh God, Rita, are you both insomniacs? Because I know I always was. I'm just trying to get the correlation here that maybe that there's you know, my mom couldn't sleep. I never could sleep. Bad sleep. It's gotten worse for you, or just suddenly you can't sleep. I mean, I it's the opposite. Where before I couldn't fall asleep, now I fall out, but I can't stay asleep. Probably because of the pain. Um, I lay down to go to work, and I'm just so tired that I'm out cold. And and then I wonder where I've been because I don't like to dream, so I take sleeping pills always, so I don't dream because I'm too afraid to dream. You know what? Doesn't it get worse though, Rita? The longer you don't sleep, okay, like being uh, not sleeping on because you're an insomniac or have insomnia, a bout of insomnia. It gets worse, like because every day is all you do is worry about, oh my God, I hope I sleep tonight. You know, and it's all you're thinking about, and you're resounding and you're creating your own, you know what I mean? That's all you do is think about it. So at that point, when I hit the like 4 day, I have to be knocked out. Literally, I have to be knocked out. Um, and that's that, or it'll just keep on going. Is it really from not sleeping? You need a Debbie rub down. Yeah. My girlfriend will come over. I need a Debbie. I need a Debbie rub down. Oh, God. Do you lay in bed when you can't sleep? Or are you the type to get up and move around? Yeah. Can't you meditate? Have you tried that? I mean, you should be at least trying that, you know. If I could, I would. She won't shut up. The knots or the knots from not sleeping. You see what I'm saying? Is it caused from not from? Otherwise, it's basically sounds to me like it's caused from stress. You know what I mean? Are you having any excess stress, or you can't think of anything different? Shut up. That is very stressful, I will admit. Um, when you finally do sleep, do the knots go away? Okay. All right. So something's causing the no sleep. It sounds like it goes in this order: no sleep, knots from not sleeping, and then they go away when you sleep. And so that tells me that um, whether you know it or not, something stressed you out, and you're probably thinking about it all the time. I hope I sleep tonight. You walk a lot more than the average person, and it depends on how rested the sleep is for your body to heal. Oh yeah. Um, now you say you have scoliosis. Are you? I need to come down and calm you down. You calm me down, so yeah. Hit skip ads, guys. Coming up. Oh, it's showing me. Skip ads. Okay. Well, Rita, I think I don't know what's going on with you, but I think it's time for you to start working on Rita. That's all I know. The Rita I know doesn't, you know, fuck everybody else. It's all about you anyway. You know, that's what's stressing you out. So manifest a new future. Nothing big, you know. Because you making yourself sick is from you stressing about you know how this works. I'm not going to tell you how this works. Try it. It's easy to say, you know. Um, I've never meditated because I can't for some reason because I just don't seem to have the time or I'm not willing to commit yet. You know what I mean? And now that I'm ready to commit, I think I'm ready to commit as far as getting rid of assholes in my life, um, people who are no good for my residents and take more than they need, certainly take more than they give. I've gotten rid of on the most part. Now I've done that before, and they've come back a year and a half later. So I don't know, whatever. Um, but once I do that, I'll have the strength to say no, and you know, or just whatever I had to do. You don't fit in my. You don't resound with me anymore. We don't have the same frequency. We don't vibrate the same. I'm not here to be your beck and call, and you know what I mean. My back messes with my mobility. Most of that sucks because um, are you being treated by a doctor? Do you have a back brace? I know when I was waitressing, right, like right after Chris was born, when I had the newly broken back. I know you know, honey. I know. Um, as for Rita, as for Cody, I hope you guys feel better. And I know you feel bad for John. I know you do. You know, I know what that's like. That's guilt stress. That's the worst kind. And because you love him and you know what I mean. He doesn't sound the type to bitch as much like that much, but and you miss him, you know, and you can't like give him sound advice when you haven't slept, and then it gets worse. It's just like an ongoing hard cycle. I've been there a million times. So I don't think. I mean, you're lucky. You're lucky to have him. It sounds like, but I don't have it in me to take care of anyone anymore. Thank God Jordan can take care of himself. Right, Jordan? Oh, you should see him. Jordan. Jordan. He looks like he did when he was a baby. Exactly. You know that. You're not concerned about losing him or anything, right? No. I don't think that's it. I think you feel, if you were, it'd be a different kind of stress. You just feel guilty because you love him so much and you're stressed. Doesn't help. You not taking care of you is not helping him. You know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But my video number four, the Jordan's top on the fifth top video. He looks he looks exactly like this. Check him out, Jordan. 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 He's out cold. He's sleeping. That little he's sound asleep. That kid just goes out like that kid will never miss an ounce of sleep. He talks right up until he goes to bed and he wakes up finishing his sentence. I know. And you probably don't have. He's so tired. So it might be hurting certain things. You know, it's like, but honey, I want some. Too tired. Um, what I wanted to put out there, we always do this. We always get so distracted. It's pathetic. It really is. I don't think I've ever put out one thing I wanted to say. um, and I want to know, Rita, in your studies and what you know that I don't know, and that I'm new. You know, um, it's been 2 years now. Oh, you should see him. He looks just like that, the way he did when he was 4 in that one thumbnail of that video with the long hair. Remember, it was long, but his hair's down to here, and he looks adorable. He looks exactly the same. It's funny as hell. He's my little hippie. He's such a good kid. Oh God, help him. Um, I try to talk to him because I know, yeah, but I know that he's hot, yeah. So um, I know he knows that he's gifted, but he won't. He acts like he doesn't remember. Until I said something today, like I mentioned something. I threw it was like a test thing. I threw it out there, and that was a time he said snatch squatch, and he was laughing at that. And he came here, but or last year, and he said, Nana, he's like, did you ever feel like you were living in a hologram? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, hologram? No. And this is how he was already ahead, and he's absolutely right. He was right again. But things like I really, I was worried about my, like his grandkids dealing with the ETs, and all that, and the planet ascension, and all that stuff, and all that crap. Yeah, the heart's in the way. I can't see, or he could lose it. I try. Yeah, that's why it's very important that he has to come to me. Yeah, okay. That's why it's very important, even though he looks at me and rolls his eyes. But he's living with two very, 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 especially his grandfather, my ex, very black, white, Italian, Roman Italian, you know, um, hardcore. If you can't see it, and it ain't real. There is no black and white. There's no gray. I mean, there's no gray whatsoever. And I mean, I almost got back. I don't know if you remember. I almost got back with him, and I still don't know. Yeah, he called Sasquatch a snatch squatch. He was like 2.5 years old. It was so funny. Thought I was gonna die. But and then he would say like weird stuff. He would say to his grandfather, "Pop, don't go in that tree. There's a rabbit in there." Like things like that. Just and I have this one video of him flipping out at the mountain out the window because he could see everything, just like that. He was seeing the portals. He was seeing faces. He was seeing everything. He's like, I want to show you something. And he's like, look at that. Look at that. He's like going crazy. I was like, God, calm down. You're scaring me. I'm like, I know Jordan. And I'm like, and we do this every week. But I'm so afraid of him being brainwashed. You know, not brainwashed. I shouldn't say that with his father. There's no religion better, and I'm so glad. There's nothing which is better than Catholic, right? Huh. So he's had no, you know, which means he's fresh. You know, he's fresh and he's open to receive. He doesn't know it. They'll program him. Jordan. Ah, Cody's gonna change his name. Sasquatch is now known as Snatch Squatch. um, they can reprogram my husband. But there are according what I'm trying to say is there is going to be some really hardcore people out here who are just so set in their ways that they are just not going to be open at all to any of this, and they're just going to be left behind, and whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we're all unconditionally loved, but I mean, it'll be so much easier for the people who are open to receive what's coming, which who knew it was coming this fast, and it's coming fast and faster than we thought, and then faster yet again than I thought. Well, if the word religion was never created, be great. Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about religion. No, I don't talk religion. First of all, I don't even have a denomination. But I was always spiritual. I mean, I went to church when I was little. I went to Bible school, with that chocolate milk day, something to do. But I was never hammered except for my mother, like I said, for her 2 alcoholic years of revelations. But I mean, I noticed, and what happened to me, how I changed how I started into this down this rabbit hole was driving home to the mountains. I remember this, and I heard who was it? Paul Anthony Wallace. It was, and he was telling the story about I can't remember who it is, but I actually left a comment for him. I said, "Listen," I'm like, "if not for your hot voice, trust me when I tell you, I would never have listened to this. I assure you." You know what I mean? Um, yeah, Cody. I've had people, as you can only imagine, telling me that God came to them and talked to them to relay a message to me. When God knows I don't believe anything I hear, and nothing and half of what I see. Why would he tell me? He knows I would never believe you. I'd put you in a hospital. You know what I mean? So, and then you have people who, would say, you have to be baptized by such and such and such. Now that's pushing it. You know, what I should have listened to a long time ago was the ones who told me to read the Book of Enoch, and that's what I really should have done. That's the only thing I regret not doing sooner. But that podcast from Paul Anthony Wallace got me interested in. Of course, I was watching Ancient Aliens too, but got me interested in ancient civilizations, which got me interested in yada yada. And the next thing, right down to creation now. So yeah, his grandfather. out of Jordan's mind because he doesn't talk about it. He would never talk about it. Matter of fact, we were going to get back together, and I went. That's when I met Joel. When I went to the conference, and I told him about it, and he practically paid for it. And when I came back, it was like it just was no more. I don't know what, and I think he saw one of my videos and it freaked, and he doesn't believe in that stuff. He doesn't even believe that there's a life on other planets, excuse me. And that's what I do for a living. And when I'm in bed, hey, you can be over there watching your stupid sports. I work at night. This is what I do. I don't shove it up your ass. I don't do anything. Just let me do what I do, But and this one is smarter than his grandfather. So, you know. Is that a good thing, Reed? I'm not understanding how you're putting this. Julio! When or what's the first instance where I noticed the tree stump phenomenon? I remember having this argument with Mark. Imagine that in Project X. That would have been about 5 years? What do you think, Rita? 5? Well, when I noticed that they cloak like trees, you mean? About 5, 6 years ago. I mean, I knew they hid, but I didn't realize that they were the same color. And that now I figured out the interdimensionals first before I realized that there was domestics literally coming in and out of our trees. But the interdimensionals, that was a hard one. Now, Cody, anything that you're hearing from me comes from me. Okay, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I have over 450,000 videos. I lived on a mountain. They live with me. So, what are you going to do? This is not heard. This is fact as I know it, as I saw it, and along with my subscribers. So I'm not yet telling you anything that is not from me. Just so you know. Julia, I was where you been? Would you do 90 days in jail? Did you break your probation? Are you the lovely man who sent me the camera? Is that this Julio? Yes. This some guy out of nowhere sends me a beautiful camera. Unfortunately, I can't get the thing to work. Okay, they will fade. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I was hoping. Okay. But he doesn't talk. He would not do it at home anyway, so he's too smart for that. Yeah, it took you a while to see him. It took a lot of people a while. There's nothing wrong with that. My God, I think I felt. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard when you live there. I knew right away, and even as a child, I was hoping, and I had a very big imagination, and because I didn't really have any parents, and I lived in the woods most of the time. I always prayed that there was, like a Bigfoot out there or something. So when Patty came to be, and on the television, it was like, oh my God, there is, it's possible to see something, and they still have not, they still, I don't believe in Bigfoot myself. I believe in dimensional Bigfoot. Yes, of course. He's an alien or an extraterrestrial, but he doesn't need our help. That's what we were trying to do, me and Mark. So, that didn't work. That's all I was doing was proving him wrong. I just tried to help, but sorry. No one more upset than me. I could be wrong. I hope I am. But there are so, but you'd be surprised how many there are. Um, hairy bipedal planets, call it whatever you want. And but no, what I did, Julio, I figured out how the interdimensionals were getting in first because I couldn't understand for the life of me without being killed how they could come down in trees because they were coming down in trees, and then when they would harden, their faces would harden in a tree, and that's what you would call pareidoia, and people seeing faces in trees. And I figured it out that it must be a gel like substance, that they put them in, and then it hardens when they get here. And I'm pretty sure I was right on that. And then they eat it when they're done, and then the tree's gone. It's kind of genius, actually. That's what I concluded from that. I haven't really. Then I kind of started my path on everything else. But yeah, I'll tell you, it was right before I went up to Julio. It was right after I went up to Jeff's up in by Ohio, not Braddock. That was an adventure from hell. Um, I was laying in bed and I'm watching this. Now I'm blind. I'm very blind, so the only way I knew where to put the invisible trees still kill me. I know. Well, I'm sorry if I refuse to believe that there is a planet with walking, talking trees. Not going to happen. No, I am. Not me. No. Although there is a tree system, yeah, I know. But I just said no, no, no. I believe they just use them for portals. The problem is that they cloak like bark, so they could be any size. It doesn't matter, and leaves, whatever. The bark thing kills me because they're some so big and the dimensionals are so small. It doesn't matter if it's a branch or whatever. I seen I watched an entire winter laying in bed at night watching something going from tree to tree to tree going like this. Bzzz, and they're like tiny little things, tiny, going like this. And what they were doing was making tensile strength for their heavier counterparts to come, I guess, that following summer or fall, I think it was. The galactic stone usually comes in the fall. Different this year, it seems, because there's going to be a lot more and a lot different. Um, they're already here. I haven't told anyone. I mean, anyone. When I say anyone, I mean anyone significant. It's too It's not that I'm embarrassed. It's just that the video doesn't. It's not going to show it properly, especially in the beginning. Even though I've been on for 10 years, I have 2,000 videos out there. I got 450,000 in this computer. I have pictures on on hard copy that no one's ever seen because I was too afraid to put them on there. Way too afraid. Of what would happen because of being followed and stuff like that. How'd you find me? Exactly, Julio. There's a lot more than you think. Some people see one like with cell phones. Cell phones will make them appear much bigger because they don't have the pixels to break them down. They're really standing on top of each other a lot of the times to make themselves appear bigger. They're tiny things. The galactics are the big ones, but the interdimensionals, they're just cute as hell, though. Those babies are, and they love me. And they followed me to Jeff's place and they harassed the shit out of me. I'm just like this. I'm so embarrassed. I felt like I was at a party and my kids weren't behaving. Remember that? Oh, you know what? Rita, yeah, I went to my girlfriend's house, the first backyard that I filmed, which is crazy, but she had to move out. I mean, she didn't move out. She had to move out of the house because the cats took over. Long story. That place is nuts. And we pulled into the driveway yesterday to feed the cats, like all 40 of them. I'm like, why is there a Bigfoot sitting on your porch? Yeah, or the deck. I'm like, black. Now, it was also black as night, the one that I saw with my own eyes. And that I had the picture of. That picture disappeared. I'm talking Ultraman, like skin tight. What does it look like? And alien eyes. I mean, like you would see right off of Ultraman or something like that. A lot. And he was like, well, I can show you now. I think he was, and he was. I called him like this, like right here, getting ready to stand up, and he had to be like 7 foot, I would think, tall. Now I have the picture. When it could be another one, a smaller one, hiding under a tree. But you have to look at it for a little bit, but then you will see the eyes, the alien eyes. I mean, real alien eyes. And this was the ones that I saw with my own eyes. So I would take a lie detector test, whatever they would want from me. It doesn't matter. But I don't have anything that I could prove to anyone significant. I mean, I'm sure I do, but I don't know what they'll accept and what they won't accept. And oh yeah, I think it was probably the Greys. The Greys were known to. I think it was the Greys that abducted me, for instance, back then, because they were notorious for they outclone them. The clones can't reproduce, so and they were notorious for playing with our hoo-ha's hoo-ha's because they were trying to figure out how to have kids because they can't, and the clones were outliving the Greys. Therefore, they were heading for extinction. But we are a lot more hybrid than you realize. Yes. And I'm afraid that's what they did to me and that Linda and Joel saw. Because Linda's not the same. She's never been the same after that. She was a tough girl. Now she's like, I'm sorry. It's like, would you stop being so timid? What's your problem? What are you sorry for? Because I lost my keys? I mean, and she drives me crazy this way. But it's not like I don't have evidence, but I don't remember anything, and I don't know if it's going to do me any good to to get hypnotized or not. Well, how's that going to help me? I'm going to find out soon enough. The camera, my good camera, the thing that pulls out that I was taking the video on. Remember, Rita, the picture. I mean, this part doesn't work, so I can't take a video like this with the real heavy camera. You know what I mean? I can still take pictures. I could try doing that. And what's really fun, though, I just haven't had time, is taking it out like the dead ball's black, and you just snap and flash. Well, I did that one time. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that doesn't work when I video. So it's like impossible. It's in the beginning and then it just stopped. So until I can think to get into a camera shop or remember, with everything I'm doing, that if that's as good as, remember you told me you use binoculars, okay? the night visions that they have now. I think there's only one. They sell like 2 at Walmart. I bought one, and what am I going to do with that? I'd walk right off a cliff. I mean, come on. But I was sitting at my trailer, right at the door, door, chair, door, and I'm sitting down and I'm looking in the trees with this night vision, and I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how horrifying it is to see what during the day on a very good camera, still looking a little cartoony, looks like as a real humanoid. Fuck you. Okay. I didn't think I was going to be able to get into the trailer fast enough, and I had my hand on the door. I took them bitches back the next day. Yes, I did. Yes. I was so scared. It was a dimensional bird. But as a humanoid, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, and it's like, it's not that I'm afraid, and to think I film these things, I used to at night in a trailer, right? And just when I'm done, just shut the curtains, go to sleep. And ghosts, I'm terrified of, and that just let's not go there. But so what I was saying about the invisible trees still kill me. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to see what Cody's saying here. How did you find me? This is not a touch screen. I don't know how to get back up there. Through Julio? No, it will. The camera works. The camera works fine. The viewer for me to film does not work. I can take pictures, however. Nobody looks at my pictures. They're idiots. They need to look at the pictures if they can't see the video. You know what I mean, Rita? I take the video, whatever, and I break it down into pieces. It takes forever to do. Make a slideshow. That way I can edit it and point to it and do whatever I can so you can see it, and nobody will freaking look at that. Nobody looks at them. And I got some really good pictures, let me tell you. I mean, it's terrible. So, I mean, I don't want the attention, anyway. I was never in this for the money or anything like that. I just wanted somebody to tell me they have to put it on 2.5 speed, because, I mean, I could do it for you, but right now I cannot find an editor. And I don't have the same, my tablets are all broken, or my kid broke, or whatever. I cannot find a proper editor anymore that works with any of my existing tablets. I don't know. So it won't let me point like I used to in a video. Only in pictures. That's right. I never got them right anyway. Believe me, you're all going to start seeing anyway, so don't worry about it, okay? I can promise you that. You're not going to need any editing. But I don't know, Rita, I put it up to 0.5 once and went faster, and I think I saw them easier. Going faster. Try it. Shits and giggles. But also, like she's saying, if you can't see them, slow it. You go to the right, the top right, to your settings button, hit the settings and hit norm or speed, and then 0.25. Now you might want to turn it down because I sound like kind of scary, like an alien, and it plays it much slower for you. And that's the best way to do it. Now, I used to be able to do it for you, but it takes me way too long to do it. And I can only do like a 5-minute, the highest. I don't know about the highest resolution. I would go lower. People tend, the first time, if they haven't seen anything, they can see better with a cell phone than they can a real camera. Don't you agree? That's why I like to do cell phone videos once in a while. Yeah, sometimes it is. It blurs the pixels. So like I said, it's not any kind of evidence, but it's your evidence. So you know to look for in the real deal. Everyone kept asking me, why are you shooting the trees? It's like, I'm not shooting the trees. Didn't you just see the tree punch him in the face? It's crazy. So I finally just started saying, maybe you should notice that trees don't grow like that. I don't know. I say that all the time now. It's they don't grow like that, Really. The sun's over there. They're not going to grow that way. But I don't know about your trees in Florida. I'm interested. I just assume that I've always assumed they're not here. So don't be afraid of the trees. They're in another dimension. But my phone, I think that's why they gave us this technology, okay? They didn't want to give everyone a telephone. They wanted to put a camera in the hands of every person on the planet because that was the only way that you could see them, frequency-wise, because they go too fast. So you said, who's that chick talking to the trees? Oh, man, I had so many, that crazy bitch. I'll tell you what, though, that was only, and you know which one I got spam with is the best one that I have, which is really of what you would call Bigfoot, and we could see them, and it was me and Billy. Remember, the one that I have on my page. Yeah, like I said, if you can go at 0.25 speed and stop frequently, just stop time dead in its tracks. Bam. Yeah, who used to say that? Dr. Kimberly, I forget her last name. Dr. Kim. She was at the convention. She was the one who also was trying to get me to have people come down and have them. She was all about the money. She wanted me to, bring people down, for like $5,000 for a weekend or some crap, like crazy shit. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I know who you are now, and I don't like you anymore. So I was the first one she ever interviewed as well. Not over the phone, and like a radio type interview. It's not that I don't like you, Kim. It's just you have an agenda, and I don't listen or talk to people with an agenda. Is all I wanted to know was what the fuck was running around my woods, and nobody could tell me. Cliff Clavin. Now, I didn't know who I was supposed to call, and I thought that the BFRO was like real. It wasn't like from the show. And I had evidence. Okay, I had a card with a picture of a Bigfoot stepping up onto a tree, very blatantly, and he said I didn't have enough evidence. Yet some Joe Schmo from down south says he saw this crazy thing, but they believe them. You know what I mean? Ah, so I decided I was going to get him back by I was going to throw everything at him. So it's 10 years later. Do you think he got it yet? I'm still going. I'm not done yet. I hold a grudge, a little bit of a grudge. He was just such an asshole. Oh, and then he had me send it to somebody from the BFRO in Philadelphia chapter who didn't have any way to read the card because he had an iPhone and I had an Android. Are you kidding me? Use your neighbor's freaking phone, for God's sakes. What's wrong with you? You know? Not finding Bigfoot. That's why we call it that. That's what Jeff was doing, running around the woods, putting recorders all over the place, trying to get laid and everything else. And then I gave him all those big perks, because where he's at, it's not fair. These creatures or whatever, where he's at, need help. Hi, Axiom. How are you? Axiom Maxim, how are you? Good to see you. You're one of my new subscribers from Facebook? I recognize the name. That's why. But the funny thing about that, Rita, was when who was it? Bigfoot interviewed him the following week, and he's like, well, everyone wants to know about that, and that was his show. I'm sorry. The Bigfoot, whatever, was a year later. When he started, going off. There's 5 of them. There's 1 of me, right? And I'm trying to type as they're saying, well, come on, Devin. Calling me a witch. And he saw me put my hand through a cliff face wall. Shit. Do you have a clue how many views that gave me? I'm an idiot. I would want to see a witch, wouldn't you? And then the following year, he said the dead ball's opposite. I said, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to engage in this conversation because you're a liar, and you're going to get caught because you are a liar. So that's how you get caught. And sure enough, a year later, he was on a talk show, and they're like, all right, Debs, we want to all know about Debs. Everyone wants to know about Debs. I'm thinking, why? Look at my subscribers. I don't even know who I am, And he says, dead balls opposite everything. I was a witch hunter instead of being a witch. I was dead balls opposite of everything that he had said the following year. And I chimed in. I'm like, thanks, Jeff. I told you you'd bury yourself, you moron. How do you get lost going to a campsite that you go to every week to film? You don't. Okay, not in this place anyway. So he had me stay with the kids while him and his friend walked around trying to find the campsite. We weren't carrying a lot of stuff. There's no reason we couldn't come with them, because he was putting, recorders out or doing whatever it is they do, But when I was there and things really did happen, he was shitting his pants. Literally. I'm like, what is that? And he's like, it's Bigfoot or Sasquatch. And I'm like, well, why aren't we talking to him? So I start, and I see him going, I'll start walking behind me and going that way real quick and in a hurry. And I'm like, where are you going? Where's everybody going? I thought we were here to find Bigfoot. And then at one point, the trees, that was freaky. It was because that meant something was under the ground moving and the trees were going. And they never seen anything like this, and they were scared to death. Oh, I was scared to death too. That was the scariest thing I ever seen. You know what I mean? I'm like, we were looking at this hill, and they had all left, not left far, but you know. I'm like, all right. I'm like, who moved the tree? You know what I mean? Like who kicked the tree? And they're like, and then the next one goes, then the next one goes. I'm like, oh shit. And then I realized at the campsite, I'm like, way to go, idiot. You just camped us right underneath the UFO. Are you happy about that? Great. Because they didn't believe in aliens either. Only Bigfoot. But thank God that's ever done with anyway. But it had something to do with the trees. Julio, that's what I'm getting at. That's how what started this. Is that I was laying in bed at the mountains, and because I'm blind, when I look at my window, there would always be one leaf going like this, like this way. That's how I knew where to point my camera. So whenever I see him, I wave to him like this, always like this. That says I see you. So if you ever see one or whatever, always wave like this, then they'll know. I'm sure they know anyway, because they'll start following you once they know that you know. But run. I couldn't run fast enough. Oh, man, I hate that son of a bitch. Is he still in business? Anyway, I was, so I get my camera out. I put my camera where the leaf's going. And I see what I thought to be a Bigfoot. You know, he was decent size. And I'm like, and I see him on the tree. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, don't do it. I'm like, don't you dare walk into that. Don't do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, don't you dare walk into that fucking tree. You know what I mean? Because I knew if he did, I was going to go up to Jeff's place. I like, you know, in my mind, it's like that was my breaking thing. You know, I'm like, if he walks through that fucking tree, I'm going to kill myself, right? He walked right into the tree, along with two others. I walked into the house. Like, that's it. I'm out of here. These fucking trees are crazy. But I'm wondering, do they hurt our trees? Our trees. Because it sure as hell looks it. I mean, it's a mess out there. But they're not supposed to be in our dimension. And they don't like it here. So that's why, you know, any Bigfoot sightings are fleeting at best. Because it's very uncomfortable for them. You know? It's cumbersome, and it's the gravity sucks, and some of them need help. Some interdimensional, is the little guys, need help from the little people, you know, with like tubes up the nose, whether it be oxygen or some kind of medicine. I don't know. But, you know, I haven't seen that for a long time, not since, God, like 4 years ago. I haven't seen any, you know, that happening. That used to happen all the time. I thought nothing of it. And then it just stopped. But now they're doing it again, so I know that these are new ones. And why would why are the Pleiadians afraid suddenly, you know? And if you are, why are you telling us? Don't let a kid hear this. They'll be like, oh my God, the aliens are coming. Well, I hate to tell you, but they are. By the hundreds, possibly hundreds of thousands. And yes, we are part of all of them. They must have had one hell of an orgy here, okay? That's all I gotta say. But that makes us so special. They all want to come for the big show. Well, it's a little early. It's a little early. We certainly don't have peace on Earth yet, people, you know? Not even close. I don't even know how many people ascended. Was a Buddha would probably be the only one, but it's our planet, Earth, Mother Earth is ascending, and her signal got out there somewhere in the cosmos, and they are coming in quickly, and they're not all nice, according to the Federation and the Pleiadians, who are responsible for our solar system, our star system, and they were nervous. I don't like that. When you're nervous, what the hell do you want us to be? But there's always a plus side. This is why this is why everything's getting. I just figured it out, Rita. This is why everything is happening so fast, because it has to before they get here. Because if they do get here before, which they're obviously already here, before we do hit, harmony, peace and harmony, which is never going to happen, they have the ability to possibly manipulate us now before we even become human, before we even know what our skills are, that we are psychic, and we are stronger than all of them put together by 5. Nobody could touch us ever if we stuck together, ever. There'd be no stopping us. So they don't want that, but ultimately is all they want. What everyone wants is us to be one big cosmic family, because they are our family. We all came from the same cell, all of us, even them. So we're all related. It's crazy, but that's all I've been doing is studying for 2 years, and it took me 8 months prior to that to know figure out who I was going to study and who I trusted and who I didn't trust, and who it resounded with me, and who didn't get caught lying in the first 6 months, wins, and you have to have 6 doctrines and 5 books and all this stuff. I'm very, and very vigilant about that, and Rita knows me. That's why I would never say anything to Colin, when you said fact, only what I see and only what my subscribers saw with me was ever talked about. You can't lie to me. I'm just one of those kind of people who 10 years from now, I'll be like, that's not what you said back then, or like something stupid. You'll be caught every time. I just have like an elephant memory when it comes to stuff like that. So I'm a very good judge of. I think I'm not judge of character. Well, actually, I am. It's just the kind of people I attract, because that's just how I lived, and it's my fault. But whatever. My bad. But the good thing is, we don't have to worry about the karma. It's going to be wiped right away. And I'm not Catholic. But apparently, see, I don't know how much I've told you, because we always get so distracted in other things that. My first psychic, okay, I take what she has and I leave the rest go. I know what I want to hear, and I know what her agenda is. So I know, you know what I mean? Well, I met this lady, or I just accidentally ran into this podcast, and she was just like, oof, just her energy alone. As soon as I turned the thing, I was like, whoosh, wow. She's a truck, like she's like a big Spitfire, ain't she? What was that? Imagine if the final reveal is that they walk amongst us and can take human form. Oh, they can't. They'd have to be hybrid. If you think about it, they're and the AI, and all that stuff. Now they just put two AIs in two of the kids' games. Now, if you really want to get quantum on me, I could do it, and it sucks. And like Billy Carson, he's the smartest man on the planet, really. Too fast, and he was going way too quantum. I mean, okay, splitting the atom, quantum enough. Don't go down 16 more atoms. Okay, yeah. This is alive and it has a conscience. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It could just keep going and going and going. Really. I was getting a headache from it. So, but they did just put AI in two of the kids' games. Okay, meaning that sooner or later, these AIs in the game, the simulated game, are perhaps going to start wondering where they came from. Now they're in a matrix, and you see what I'm saying? And then it keeps going and going and going. We're not going there. No. Let's just worry about us right now. That's all I can handle. And by the way, they're already here. There are they're shapeshifters, yeah, and they take human form. They were put here on purpose. They're not bad yet. But what scares me the most is that the fucking reptilians, I heard, were leaving the planet. Why are the reptilians leaving? Hello, they're the bad ones. I mean, if they're leaving, I'm fucking leaving. You know what I mean? No, okay. What wasn't supposed to happen for, I was guessing, at least another 1,000 years, okay, is going to be happen probably by 2026. All right, so just grab your feet. We're going to Easton, okay? They came up with a different solution to go around all this and speed everything up. They don't have a choice because they can't take a chance. Oh, yeah, AI has. I'm not worried about the AI. The AI's got nothing to do with this. I'm talking about harmony, fifth dimension, whatever, are very humanists, okay? They could take that from us before we ever became human, and knew what we were capable of. That's the problem. That's what they're afraid of, okay? And if we're not all in harmony and we don't all choose, because these guys are going to come down, they're going to make us choose unity or separation. And we're hardly in the mood right now to go play, games with each other. We hate each other, this planet. God forbid we chose separation rather than unity. If we choose separation, it's all over. If we choose unity, I'll tell you what, they'll be running real quick and hiding, and they should. Well, actually, they shouldn't, because we wouldn't bother anybody. Leave my planet alone and get the fuck away from us, It's just you and I, meaning Rita and Debbie, will also have time to enjoy the harmony and the peace and the. Now, there's probably going to be about 10 years of hardness, meaning, okay, put it this way. Yesterday, I went out and I bought a water purifier. Very important. Just for, don't go crazy. It's not that bad. It's not bad. It's good, but just in case, it makes you feel better. We would recommend that we can purify our water. You can get a straw, for God's sakes, that they have, You want something that you can drink, from, like, say, a creek or, a flood. Because this is what's going to happen. The time and the timeline. This is what's bothering me and why I'm telling you this now. Because this person who I believe, and I'm just telling you in my layman's terms because you guys know me, and I want you to watch her yourself and whatever resounds with you. I don't know if I'm getting it right, but I just want to keep you guys calm as she kept me. But I did go out and spend money I did not have on a water purifier, okay? Because no one knows exactly when it's coming. It's just a guess. It's definitely going to be, well, put it this way, by the end of the year, the United States is probably not going to be the United States anymore. It'll be broken up. It's not going to be like the Civil War, but it's not going to be that pretty either, okay? When that happens, you better get real fucking ready for that solar flare to come, okay? That's going to be the big light. When that light comes, that will be followed by 3 days of darkness. Now, I do believe this is in the Bible, is it not? In those 3 days of darkness, Indiana, hi. In the 3 days of darkness, the angels just told us what was going to happen then, which is good, bad. It's good. It's all good. Okay. It's just, it's going to sound scary for a minute, but things that like we're supposed to be doing, like the I am, and, looking in and meditating and, all that stuff. We don't have time for that now. We're running out of time. We do not have time. So I think what they did was put it into play that they were going to do it for us. We're not going to have, there's not going to be any karma, okay? The karma is all going to go in that 3 days of darkness, okay? Basically, it'll be 3 days of silence, complete and total silence. You will basically be in the void, okay? You will give up. You'll go through your ego death. Everything that is supposed to take us carnations and carnations and carnations to do is going to be all done in 3 days. And they're going to show us, what we're here for, what our mission was in our contract. They're going to allow us to remember that. Okay. And just one carnation back, not, all of it, but everyone you love, everyone you know, and all that, you're not going to forget or anything like that. So that's what I was concerned about. It's just when you wake up in tomorrow, we'll all be in the fifth dimensional reality, I guess, that they keep talking about, in the peace and the harmony. And it'll probably take, like I said, it'll probably take, like 10 years to get everything back into play and get to know your neighbors right now. I hate to say it, but we don't know everything yet, but it's coming so fast that you need to be prepared a little bit. And that's only one piece that I'm going to tell you. Let me see what. So apparently, according to her, the flash, let's see, and this is a flash that my other one kept saying as well. And everything that's in here has also been said by every single other person that I study, at least, just in a different perspective. We're skipping over a lot of things here, we're just getting right to it. 3 days of darkness. At which time, they'll be there. The angels will be there to raise us to the frequency. It's like kind of like climbing steps. They're going to take us to the door, but it's up to us to open it because we still have free will. So we're going to fight everything because that's just who we are. We're human. It's gonna hurt. We're not gonna want to, give everything up. That might take years and years and years of whatever looking at yourself to admit. But you have to. You have to. You have to. You have to let them have it. You have to let it out. You have to accept it. And as soon as you do, you're in. Raise you, and they'll raise you so high. Yeah, that's to get to the door. I just wrote little stupid notes. So it'll be like unity. It's just like starting from scratch. It's like creation all over again. Like they said, no more karma. They're forgiving us for all that. That's out. We don't have time for that. They will transform us by letting us remember why we're here now. And we all chose to be here because this is the best time to be on this planet. And that's why they're all coming for this big show, apparently, I'm thinking, it just occurred to me that apparently we are too strong, that they can't take the chance of us not, picking the right choice. You know what I'm saying? But how are you going to shoot somebody who you know how they feel? If you can feel them, because we're all going to be together. You can't. You can't be like shooting yourself, or whatever. That's how peaceful, Then there's going to be followed by an earth rift, and this is where shit hits the fan. This is why we need to get water, clean, and access to clean drinking water. Grab a couple big bags of rice, big bags of beans, things like that. It's not going to be that bad, and it's a big planet. It's not going to hit everywhere all at once. You know what I mean? You might have a tornado in Kansas or something, and then maybe a comet's going to hit, and whatever. There's going to be tsunamis, over there, and whatever. It's bad though. I mean, it is exactly what it sounds like, but it's all for the better. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, and we are going to be here for that. We are going to see it. Now, understand, a lot of people are going to die, okay? The people who are going to die already knew that they were going to die when they came down here. They chose to come down here. They're not even in their bodies when anything hits, okay? They're already out. They feel no pain. They already know what's going on. That was first assured, So it's not like they didn't, Some of them might even know if they're fully awakened or whatever. We all choose to be here for whatever reason that is. So they're not going to be in any pain or anything like that. Let's go. When you're in the void, I'm calling it the void because the void is actually when you die. But that's when you go back to unity. before duality and before, while you're there, it's going to be, it might be uncomfortable. It's going to be scary because we're used to being together, but we have to let it all go, all of it. And um, after that is all forgot or forgiven or forgot. I can't read my own writing. Yeah. Do probably the most uncomfortable thing, you know? You can't run from the light. The light will hit you if you were halfway through the planet. The light's going to get you. Okay? But what I'm saying is, whatever feels the most uncomfortable when you're in the void for those 3 days, let it go, and it'll be. Then it's gone. Then it's gone, and then you will be comforted. Okay. Um, then after the 3 days, and tomorrow you'll wake up, and you will probably have never felt so good, and all your back pain will probably be gone. No more pain, probably. Yes, we are. A lot of deaths, and a lot of them is from the Illuminati's. Yeah, but I don't know who's pushing the buttons, but I think the Galactic Federation. Now they have a council that can oversee them. Okay, in emergency situations like this, and when I heard the message from the Pleiadians where they were scared. And why are you telling us this? You know what I mean? And why would I tell the planet that? No, I'm not. That's stupid. Which I never did tell you. It was stupid. It's senseless. Um, I had a feeling when he told us there was just a glitch in the matrix. That was 3 in a row. Anyway, yeah, I think any kind of law, anything in this entire universe, which is so fucking huge, you can't even imagine, um, would all have to agree. They would all have to agree that if we, God forbid, didn't choose unity, we we couldn't be stopped. He said, he said first you would kill us, and then there would be no one to stop you. No one. That's how strong we are. And you don't know it. And a lot of these people, malevolent ones that are coming now, want to stop us before we know who we are. So people, you better start looking inside and figure out who you are and what powers you really do have, because it's all about love and unconditional love, and we're not going to make it otherwise, or we're the only ones who are going to make it, and nobody else is, and that's all our cosmic brothers and sisters. And they'll be. That's what I was told. But I mean, I know that we're all psychic. I know that we're all this and that we're all that, and always known that. But I wasn't ready to give up my way of life, and I know that, but I am now. And I just wanted you guys to hear it from me first. Then, if you want, you can listen to her, but she's a little like that. um, First thing that's going to happen is the United States will break up. When that's done, keep your eyes out, and you know If you're one of those like really material people, sorry about your bad luck. But there ain't going to be anything as material no more. No one's going to have more than the other person. So get to know your neighbors, okay? It's going to be all about love and harmony, just the way it was supposed to be millions and millions of years ago. So then nobody can touch us. They can't touch Mother Earth, who we are here to serve, and she created us, and we love her. And you can talk to her anytime you want. You can talk to all of your angels, and then there's thousands more than there are people. And you were born with a guardian angel. Where you been? But when you're talking to, like, I talk to God all the time growing up. I mean, that's who I thought I was talking to, but I was really talking to was my higher self. That would be like, so here we go again. This is where I get really confused. So my higher self, I always thought was my ancients, but really what my higher self would be me 10,000 years from now, or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird. So it's really, I'll be talking to my kids, right? Does that make sense? That kind of shit drives me crazy. What's archaics? Oh. What is that? Isn't that the guy who's just on here? I hate these things. I can't push the screen up. Right. I wonder if they will hit the reset button the moment when we're super close to understanding it. I missed that. Damn it. I can't get out. Another glitch. Are you wondering if they'll hit the reset button the moment when we are super close to understanding who we are? I'd much rather be human. Tell you that. I don't want to become a AI or whatever before I know what my humanity is. You know? Oh, Rita, that's so sweet. I can't get this thing off. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that is the cutest thing I've ever heard. And no, Julio, you can't run. Nobody can run from it. Yeah, but apparently after so as far as we know, we got this straight now. It's we know to really start preparing. I mean, the preparation is only for you to feel, a little safe for your family or whatever. Just get a clean water system. Get that. It's important. It's good. Some, like some cans of food. Like the extra cans of food every time you go. Things like that. That's all. But yeah, now these deaths, and I heard about all the war, Rita, by the way, because I don't watch mainstream media, as you know. all the war that was breaking out all over the place, like so much more than I knew of. And like I said, I've been too busy trying to work on myself and get rid of my crap so I could, in turn, give all my crap to you. No, okay. Getting rid of my crap because you guys are the most important things to me. You're my only family that I have left. That's the way I feel, except for my grandson, of course. Um, I don't have any family. I don't feel them anymore. You know, my mom died. My favorite brother died. My other brother's moving. He's a doesn't. He's a jerk anyway. Sorry. I forgive you though. And how's that go? I'm sorry. I forgive you and I love you. Now the bravest one is the one that forgets, or the happy. I'm sorry. The happiest one is the one who forgets. Like I'm incapable of holding a grudge completely. I just don't have it in me. I just love everybody, and it's hurting me, and it's probably hurting them as well because, well, it's hurting me because I could be giving them, like say, too many neutrons, and therefore it's going to turn myself cancerous, by overgiving. Does that make sense? And I've heard it all, from the biology of it to the manifestation of it to the metaphysical to the quantum to the that's all I can't sit there and explain it unless I'm talking to you, but I actually wrote something down and I thought that was important as a sign. I'm thinking 2026 the political system will break down, you know what I mean? So Carrie, what you do? Poop beep. What is archaics? Who teaches our correct history since we've been lied to about so much? I mean, like, here, like, Billy. I just said his name. The smartest man on the planet. Um, so he's your ancient civilization dude. Paul Anthony Wallace was mine. Started with that. Um, what's a life plan 9? I can't get. It won't let me go back up. Thank you, Cody, for that. I like that. Thank you. Are you talking to Rita or me? Well, Cody, I hope you keep coming to my very always spontaneous. Put your bells on because you never know when I'm going to go live. Because most of the time, this is a live chat. Most of the time, I take you guys out in the field. So this is a little different. Gotta run, bro. Yeah, me too. It's night. So we got to do this at least once a week, right? So we'll try to do this once a week and catch up on what's next. I'm telling you, I really do believe that she knows her shit, and that she doesn't have that many subscribers, so she's, but she knows what's going on, and it's at the last minute. So why is that? You know what I mean? Not these guys who already manifested millions of dollars and already had it, and that yada yada yada. This manifests millions of dollars. It kills me. But be realistic. Yeah, okay. So, I guess we'll call it a night. And thank you so much for joining me. And I love you all. And I'll put the word out next time. I always say this, but I'm going to, because I don't have to worry about asshole walking in my house at any given time. So it's easier that way. And it's 2 o'clock. No, it's not 2 o'clock in the morning. That's not too bad for us, Rita. That one time we had a 4-hour one. Now, Rita, look at me, young lady. Get some sleep. Sleep. Light a candle. Someone once told me that. I'm not going to mention any names. Light a candle. Stare at that candle until you can't stare at it no more. And you'll be asleep. And think of that crazy lady you watched tonight on TV. Okay? Mm-hmm. Love y'all too, Cody. Good night. You call me tomorrow, Rita, and tell me if you got some sleep, okay? All right, or I'll talk to you. All right, yes, ma'am. Love you. Bye. Go to bed with your man. Stare at a candle. I'm going to try the candle thing. Okay? I'll let you know how that works for me. I love you very much. Bye, guys. And look, my curtains didn't wrinkle tonight. Bye.